I added some filters to the mic. Now we should have a little bit of better audio quality. This is incredible. This is a literal improvement compared to what we have before. This is, yeah, yeah. I finally did my work. It, it should be a little bit better than before. It should be. I am not so sure about it. But we have a little bit more of changes in that sense. So yeah. I tried at the very least to make it so that I myself could hear what I say when I am speaking, so I do not have to slowly watch my videos. I have to do that. Probably in the future. Not right now, but well. Aside from that, I think I am forgetting. Okay, I know what I am forgetting. This I need to copy this over here, this to send it here. There we have it. We shouldn't need almost anything else, if I'm not wrong. And we should be fine, right? I just in case I want to once again. Okay, here. I want to hear myself in the transmission. What the fuck? It is so crispy, so clean, so perfect now. I am incredible. I am a masterpiece. I am a master of the different microphone settings. I don't know. That here, this, and now. Oh yeah, well, sorry. This we cannot really begin without our dear guitar. It, I guess I will lower it a little bit. And okay, there it is. We should be fine to go today. So yeah. Um, well, today we don't have an apple because I ate it before streaming. I was kind of watching one of my favorite videos, so to speak, so I didn't spend my time doing that specifically, but at the very least I did what I was able to do. So I set up as always every single thing. As I said, I was going around with the audio settings of my microphone so that it works a little bit better, because I realized that somehow I had every single filter on the last time I checked the filters, but now that I went and checked once again, I literally only had the, what was it, noise suppression filter. So kind of meaningless to have done the whole like 3 hours of learning how to do filters and all of that that I did before. In a sense, because yeah, I spent a lot of time on what could have been one of the best microphone settings to not even have it working. Probably I never really noticed, or I was kind of hyped out that it was going to be even better than what I got right now, or worse than what I got right now, because I never noticed that it was so bad. But right now we really have something different and in a sense better. Not completely objective, but mostly personal. And also because there is a certain part of attachment from my side, knowing that I finally set it up properly. And not only did I set it up, but it also works by itself. So yes, this is incredible right now. And well, also because I started once again to toy with that, because I wanted to start once again getting ready, or start getting ready basically to do the same things, but all that is part of the, yeah, all of those things that pertain, so to speak, to the whole, I wouldn't say process, but in general reality of the new mic that the not so close future will arrive. So yes, we have those things to take into account, and so as I said before, I I wanted to go back in track and start really practicing my skills, because I might need to do not a little bit, a lot of toying with the mic. So yes, I think there shouldn't be almost anything else to say aside from that. The mic. Well, as always, I kind of skip. Uh, Not so intentionally over it because I was interested in hearing myself more than anything else. But yes, and once again, we're all of us here congregated on another beautiful stream. We're talking about stuff, we're enjoying our rambling. We are once again, all of us, going to enjoy some random topics for the sake of it. And in this particular case, we are grateful for the possibility of going over some incredible things, like, for example, the list of topics that we have at hand. In this case, positively curated to be something of the very best interest of the potato. So yes, we have really a great day expecting us to be fulfilled, so to speak. So yes, nothing really bad to say, nothing really to complain about. So far everything has been very great. And well, one of the few things that I would like to say before really starting, because I kind of forgot to talk about it, was I. Well, it isn't that I forgot to talk about it, but I said like half of it. The other half I forgot to really say. I did my job and I ordered a new mic, yes, but I used my own money because the money that was from Tron somehow got detained and it will only arrive at the 15th. Like, how far is that? Okay, 4 days still to have that money. But I also was, I will say that I was lucky to get my payment, my shop payment so early this month. So I really had the possibility of spending that into this instead of anything else, and therefore I do not have to worry about almost anything at all in that sense. So yeah, very fine. I think I don't have this time for real almost nothing else to say. So why do we not go on? Now, let me, as always, do the first and most important. Okay, you can write it down in the chat. I might not be able to read because I might not care. But you can write it down. I don't know. In reality, taking into account that today is such a simple day, we might even read it because so far I only did 10 minutes of talking about stuff. Do you know that the actual Fortnite like has everything that you're talking about now, right? Epic, epic. You're telling epic. Yeah. This is literally the best idea there has never been. But well, hello, Kyondike. Uh, so wait. Now that we are here, Kyondike, how do I say your name? Kyondike, Kyondike. There is no accent, so I have to guess every single time that I read it after I forgot how did I say it the last time. So if you were to give me a possibility on how to say it, I will be thankful. If it is to me, I will keep changing the accents. So yeah. Aside from that, well, today I kind of noticed Kaiten. Yes, but I mean, what is the accent? Like Hyundai, Hyundike, which one of those two? Hyundai, let's say without no accent, or Hyundike, Hyundike. Well, it isn't even an accent. It is like pronouncing the K more like a K than Ki, because Hyundike. What the fuck? No, I don't know. We are going to go with Keiten. You know, if it is possible for me to say Keiten or Kyo, whichever one you mean, I will go with that. It is easier for me. So yes, thank you. I forgot to say it, but also thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the audio quality improvement that we had today. Probably going forward to the rest of the streams that await us. And well, oh yeah, as I wanted to say, I have been really observing a lot of content, and it is incredible to see how diverse the different things that are approached by, in a sense, professionals are so related sometimes. Because we did, we did analyze a video today, and it was one of the most um, not complex, what is it, convoluted videos, so to speak, because you're inclined to use that name anyways. Oh, okay. Then we're going to go with John Dyke. Okay. John Dyke. There it is. Thank you. Perfect. But yes, as I was saying then, John Dyke. Now I really know how to call you. As I was saying, in this case, I was really observing that we have a lot of things that could be really compressed into one single concept, but sometimes the desire of not accepting what others directly tell us is stronger than the desire to have a resource to easily access the different parts of knowledge that could benefit us. It feels weird, yes, I will guess. It is kind of unavoidably weird, because it is not that we do not want to have it that way, but rather that we really enjoy it being complex for the sake of it or something like that. Because in reality, we don't even have a complete need, so to speak, of having. Okay, no, it is that we, even if we do not have a complete need of like 20 different ways to say the same exact thing, the desire of creating something unique at the same time propels in every single person the, the motivation high enough for every single one. Oh my fucking god. Okay, let me finish. On every single person, the desire to see how they can approach the same problem and see if they can get a different answer. That is it. And now we have potato keys that we need to realize. So just in case, potato keys equals a redeem. In this case, claimed by Saxter. Well, Saxter, I am really thankful for everything that you do. I hope that whatever endeavors you are constantly getting into are really meaningful to you, and whatever you have to deal with in the case of being a moderator is sufficiently enjoyable for you to keep going. And even if you not every single day feel interested in going forward, know that somebody out there really wants to see you survive. And without anything else to say, let me really, I love you, Saxter. Keep going on, brother. So there it is. I don't know how did we get to this point, and also taking into account that the redeem itself is not so costly, I am even every single time somebody redeems it, questioning every single time more and more the possibility of increasing the price, you know? Eh, Tonkin, why the fuck is that banned, my brother? Tonkin, yeah, you need to ban that Twitch Tonkin. What the fuck? Anyways. Eh, Anyways, once again, we have another redeem, this time for Genko slash Nico Nico Ni. So yeah, this is getting kind of different coded without saying anything at all. So yes, Inko, I really am thankful for how much effort you put into the actions that you take constantly, how much of a support you show to those who you really appreciate, and I am really grateful. I do not have the possibility of every single day telling you that, but at the same time, I hold you in a sense very dear to me, close to my heart as one could say. So yes, really, really thank you. I hope that whatever you're doing, you find it to be entertaining and that you're not engaging in things that you do not really find a meaning in, because you also need to know in a sense that whatever you want to do should only come from the desire of yourself, not from a penance. So yes, really thank you. And now, with that, nothing else to say. Uh, Somebody else has a fucking case to redeem, or can I continue? Uh, can we have no more case redeems for today? Today? Well, I never thought about it. At the very best, I could try to do one kiss redeem per stream, like one one kiss redeem per person per stream, just in case somebody that I do not even take into account has so much many points that what I can imagine that they end up kind of forcing me to do 27 different kisses in one single stream because, for example, I, as somebody who also watches other streamers, have like, I don't know, 20,000 in some channels. So yeah, I fear the day that somebody trolls me with that. Or well, I mean, at the same time, you kind of already know what you get out of it. So yeah. Um, yeah, I knew that Vaporeon. I knew. Thank you, and hello, not Geyser. Oh my God! I saw you that you were. I saw that you were doing something today, and oh yeah, you were once again playing that beautiful Battle Beat remaster. But I wasn't. I was drinking. You're from a certain part of the world that should know what mate is, so I was drinking mate. I cannot watch streams while I'm drinking mate. It's fun. Anyways, that is not the real reason. Thank you for being here. Really thankful to you for being here right now. I hope I can catch your stream the next time. Wait, what? What? I didn't notice. The term that was banned was literally kisses you. What the fuck is going on with the moderation in Twitch? Why is every single term getting more and more banned out of nowhere? Mm, yeah. Well, I only saw that you were doing Battlefield. I didn't saw that you were doing Fortnite. But yes, I saw you basically. So I hope you had a great stream. Well, nothing else to say. Oh yeah. Well, huh? Yes, as I said, the term that is banned is kisses you. Do not ask me why. That is something that is banned by default in Twitch chat. Do, I guess it is kind of controversial to say that you're going to kiss somebody. I don't know. They don't want the role play. I don't really know. But anyways, I don't know, my man. yeah. It in a sense it is very weird because, well, I couldn't completely comprehend tongue in, as John Dyke said, tongue in some minutes ago, and it was also banned. But I could understand that it can be kind of used in a sexual context, but literally kisses you shouldn't be banned. Well, the only excuse that I could find is if you're a minor, you do not want random chatters to literally the first thing they tell you is approaches you or asterisk approaches you and kisses you asterisk like an out of nowhere ERP, I guess. but even with that kind of context, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I don't know. I am not a real Twitch moderator, so I am literally making stuff up to kind of justify what their actions are. So yeah, continue, and this time, well, wait, as always, do we have any kind of question? Um, oh yes, literally, oh no, this is, what did you say that you are giving me a little smoochie? This is so painful to me, I cannot believe you. You are literally sexually harassing me. You are going to get banned now. What? Why would you ban such a vanilla term, I would say? Or such a pure term, basically. I don't know. It is weird. I guess if, as always, they get kind of very anxious about things that are very, very, very not relevant. Well, yes, everything is according to the plan. Wait. Well, I think I didn't finish to say it. As always, if anybody has any question at all, you might ask it. I don't have fucking water. That is one problem. But I will deal with it then probably after the second topic. So yes, so far we're great. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. So yes, I already gave you enough time if you had a question, and if you didn't write it down, it is right now not my problem. We're finally moving on. The first topic of the list. After I do my timestamp. Okay. Um, yes, there it is. No. Let me hold the mic a little bit closer to my mouth. Once again, let me really start with the first topic of today's talks, and it is titled Being Free While Being Confined. In this case, the preamble of the idea itself will be, I have heard a lot of times when I was learning about this concept that we commonly want to search freedom in a sense that isn't achievable or requires too much of a sacrifice in a sense. Because if you were to let go every single thing, half a button press, only half. With half a button press, I am done. If we were to let go of every single thing that is related to us, we will be able, in a sense, we will be able to achieve complete freedom, yes, but at the same time, it is almost impossible for any human that wants to live in the actual societal grid, so to speak, to live every single thing that forms part of their lives, to strive for that freedomness, or rather, it is more of a weight that you might not even try to take on because you lose more by doing that than if you were to really try at the very least to sacrifice yourself, so to speak, for the sake of that goal, because you might, now, after this, the real topic itself, you might find different ways to achieve freedom while doing the things that, in a sense, still constrain you, so to speak. So, that, once again, title Being Free While Being Confined. And now, let us really start. Now, as I said before, you can achieve being free, so to speak, while at the same time being confined in your different realities. Why? You need to understand the first part. One of the most important things that come or that give you the possibility of being free are not the simple sense or the simple desire to be free, but rather the act of striving every single day for goals that you know are going to give you more possibilities to act in the future, and also the capacity of being your own mind rather leisurely, so to speak. Why? Because when whatever you do becomes something, in a sense, automatized, you find that it becomes at the same time a kind of meditation that you go on in your life. Therefore, if when you are meditating, want it or not, you are incapable of being in your own mind. We kind of talk about it already, but if you are not really able to be in your own mind in those moments where you are going to unavoidably be confined to your own head, you might not not be completely bad, because you could, for example, retort to different things like while working, watching videos, while, for example, trying to understand different things, or while doing paperwork, hear music. Hello, Aurora, thank you for the lurk. While doing different parts of the whole array that marks the reality of you really trying to get something done that you do not enjoy, you find different ways to distract your mind. Why? Because, as I was saying, you are not so capable of really finding what you want to do, but rather in the act itself of handing up and also being able to enjoy what you do, or at the very least, having the possibility of keeping your own mind focused on what you're doing, and at the same time exploring different parts of, let's say like this, things that you might desire to think about. You discover the possibility that brings, it is kind of obvious, but that brings your own mind to yourself. Why? At the end of the day, this is kind of a very basic concept, but if you have a developed imagination, you are very able to distract or abstract yourself even from what you are physically doing. Why? Because when you reach certain points of active imagination, you also become capable of living a certain way, so to speak, or a certain possibility in your mind while whatever you're doing is also occurring. This is not something that we are discussing as you're going crazy, but rather a process that you develop when you are understanding the process itself, or the first layer of the process, that is the meditation itself, that comes from the act of repetition, so to speak. So if you're able to do that, you are most surely capable, or you will be most surely capable of finding yourself free, because you can translate that capability to a certain, or that you have in a certain context, to every single context of your life. And why would that be, in any kind of sense, meaningful? Because as long as you are capable of keeping yourself entertained, you are, in a sense, also, sorry for not saying anything, hello Vita, you are also capable of really extruding different parts of yourself and really keeping them, in a sense, fresh, to not let what is confining you destroy you, so to speak. Because sometimes we might not want to stop being confined, because what we lose when we get complete freedom might not be what is in our best or in our actual real interest, so to speak. Sometimes, well, we're not really talking about it, but a shortened version will be not every single time the desire that you feel of being completely free or being devoid from all responsibilities is really useful, so to speak. You might as well try to be free as much as you can while doing the things that you have to do, because ridding yourself of responsibilities is not always a good thing, or even more if you have not only responsibilities for the sake of them, but rather moral obligations that, in a sense, you also carry as responsibilities. You need to understand that even if you're tired, you need to find ways to be, or to keep yourself fresh from them, or while doing them, so to speak. So yes, it is kind of weird because sometimes, as I said before, you can find the freedom and at the same time you cannot completely have it. So it is a constant work. I will finish it like that. It is a constant work and a constant renewal of your mind, and also in this case, a desire to keep exploring more and more, because at the same time might also feel stagnant in your own mind sometimes. So yes, it is weird, but the reward itself is literal freedom while doing anything at all. So yes, interesting. Hello, Bunkum. We are finishing the first topic and we are moving on to the second. So in a sense, I guess it is kind of a coincidence, or well, the fact that you are here is not a coincidence. The world itself aligned you to this particular video. No, sorry for that. Let me do the timestamp and we will for real move to the next topic. Better it is. In case any other person. What? 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 I mean, I will guess. Yes, it is kind of important to write down whatever you find here. If you think whatever I am saying is kind of complex, sometimes, as I have said before, I already thought about them, so you might find different parts that might be overwhelming. I don't find them overwhelming, therefore that is why I have no problem explaining them. But if you really find whatever it is uh, complex, also remember there is always the possibility of asking. That is why I keep going on and on and on. Mostly because if you really feel like you have a question, you might as well make it. Just in case, I have in my hand the possibility of reading you from the unknown. And yes, thank you for being a real spoon lover, dear Bunkum. Really, really thank you. So, well, also, just in case, you can also watch the watch, the watch here, or exclamation mark YouTube. Also heard that. I won't do it myself. I am incredible content creator. But well, now we're moving literally to the second topic, and this one, I didn't find it myself. Something that you will really say, oh my
Nico Ni 252 gifted a tier 1 sub to Megan_Madique_Brownigan. They have given 3 gift subs in the channel.
Those who were lurking got their shit scared completely, you know? Thank you, Inko. Truly thank you. Who the fuck got the soft gift this time? Megan Madique. Bro, what the fuck is that name? What? Is that a fucking bot? Wait. No, yeah. I will check if that is a fucking bot. Let me check if that is a fucking bot, my brother. Where the fuck did that person come from? What? Megan Medoc. What the fuck? I don't know. Anyways. Okay, let me check the ads. 45 seconds of ad. Fucking god, what do I say in 45 seconds of ad? Bim boom bam. Bim boom bim bim bim. I don't know what to say. I don't have that much of a creativity, you know? I am capable of inventing stuff on the go. Yeah. Bim boom bam bim. I don't really know what. Anyways. sauce, yes, yes, it is incredible. It is beautiful. At the same time, we have the possibility of removing the ads, but I prefer having the ads than to making people pay. Because if I were to remove the ads, I would like to have some subscriptions, but if I were to force them, I will feel also very bad out of them. So I prefer to not say anything at all, you know? I prefer to not say anything at all. You didn't hear anything. So now, okay, Wong, I hope you're back. And if you're not, thank you. Your question was if we are going to see the old model, and I can confirm to you, we are probably going to see it. Mostly as did I say it or not? I think I didn't say it. But basically, I want to use it for the what is it? For the special or event. I don't know what is it. How we are going to call it when we have the new microphone. That will be a really big milestone, so to speak. Mostly because I don't think we are really going to have that much more events. I will say if we reach the next followers goal or something like that. But aside from that, I don't know what else to really celebrate. I mean, I don't really talk about it because, in a sense, there is people that might really find it as an enjoyment, but I see a point personally. In the potato, other people is free to do whatever they want. I don't see any point at all in literally doing what was it? A month beard or something like that of celebrating every single month that I was able to keep going. I don't understand what is the point or what is there to celebrate. I don't know. So yes, after that, I don't know what we are going to, what will be the next thing to celebrate. Well, anyways, any other question? And yeah, also if I were to not be honest, what will be the common test? Why do I do anything if I were to lie? Why? Personally. Okay, I will take that as a let me continue then. So how much time did we spend on this? Are we shall I create a yeah okay. I will create that any timestamp just in case. So handsome. Um, I cannot tell you that secret, I am sorry, but if you dare to ask that again, you are going permanently banned, my brother. Goodbye. I had to hold my I had to hold my air to not even make the mic create any sound. I screwed over. Yes, I will have to probably. I will have no. I want to improve the model, but that will happen when I buy a new mouse that works, that has a middle wheel working, because this one doesn't, and I have to work with one hand in the mouse and with the other in the pad of the PC. So I hate it. I completely hate it. So when in any point in the future, when I get a new mouse, I will do that. But right now, I try in a sense to avoid art that will take me time. So yes, we are going to have another third version of the potato. Not right now. Well, stop. Into it so many questions. Tell this now. Let me for real continue now. we shall really move to the topic, because the best thing, you're interrupting me from talking about the topic that you wanted to hear about, Bunkum. Please. We were basically going to speak about the idea of how to create or how to develop in. Personally, I think it is doable with, so to speak, every single algorithm. I am not so. Yes, I stopped rambling. Thank you. I don't know if it can happen with every single algorithm, but personally, I'm pretty sure you can do it with every single one. Okay, good luck figuring which one we're talking about. So yes. Oh, okay, nothing else to really say. So now, once again, title: creating an algorithm that benefits you. In this case, one of the most important things, so to speak, is to understand that not, or almost, any of the main platforms, I would even say, for example, even TikTok, that in a sense is one of the most controversial, is really designed to only get out of you, so to speak, bad reactions. We have a human tendency of engaging in those things that give us the most amount of excitement or interest, so to speak. Therefore, it is that we find the whole, in a sense, society being focused in consuming that kind of content rather than anything else. But if you have the possibility of grasping how many different content it is out there, you also start to understand how, or well, it isn't that you understand, you start to see how the algorithm by itself starts to change. Why? Because the main thing that it bases the recommendations that it gives to you is what you consume. What not, okay. In a sense, we can, if you were here, Bunkum, we can almost trace back to the last stream. If you have, or if you want to really get anything working, you do not need to do it once and believe that it will start to work. You need to continuously work in anything if you want it to become really something, so to speak. Why? Because the algorithm is based on the idea, or based on the concept of, the more you consume certain kind of content, the more you will get of it. Recommended in this case. If you are that kind of people who watches shorts and things like that, scroll down or automatically moved on. So yes, if you let yourself go, you might never find as an answer or a real content that it is beneficial to you. But if, as I said, you understand that it is based on the concept of you consuming as much as you can of what you really want, you will also find that it is incredibly useful to have a basic idea, and that is what you really have an interest and you know will be useful to you to start, so to speak, watching, hearing, reading even, because, as I said before, the most important part is that you consume it. In this case, as soon as you can, so you can also start to avoid the other side of this, that is the not so very well developed algorithm, let's say like that, the not so well developed algorithm. Yes, if you do not understand that it is in your hand, you will really think, but I have no possibility of doing anything at all here. But if you understand that there was a very interesting meme that said, a person in one side saying, "You destroy my life, you make me so angry," and in the other, a machine literally telling you that this completely shortened. I am an algorithm created to give you what you consume daily. Therefore, if, as I was saying, you consume, so to speak, I don't know, for example, meditational content, if you consume Hinduistic beliefs content, if you consume, for example, biblical content, whatever you consume, you will get more of it as long as you are able to keep constantly consuming that. In a sense, it is kind of problematic because you need to constantly remind yourself to not be persuaded, so to speak, into watching anything else. If you want to always watch that same thing, or always want to, so to speak, earn those things. Yes, yes, that is why I told you. If you really want to get a good algorithm, it is on you. You shouldn't, so to speak, watch almost anything else. That is why, in my case, even when I am not streaming or reacting to it, I am constantly consuming that different kind of, well, specific, more to say, kind of content. Because at the end of the day, personally, for example, I already, well, obviously this is going to be completely personal. I have, in one hand, I have the psychology classes. In other, I have the mindfulness things, or the sometimes it isn't simply labeled as mindful, but rather a more watered down version of it. For example, as we watch today. In other hand, I have a philosophy tab, so to speak. So if you consume it constantly, you will get it in, so to speak, a ripple effect, we will say. If you are able to keep that habit down, you will, well, it is kind of obvious, but you will also, as long as you understand what you're hearing, saying, reading, you will really be able to, so to speak, move on or have a better life in this case. Because a lot of the time, it it gives you tools to work on things, and those tools, as long as you apply them, make your life easier. In this case, kind of as we said today, sometimes acquiring knowledge in a sense is dreadful, but at the same time, it also is free. So even if there is a dark side to it, you are, on the other hand, still gaining more from learning than what you not earn from not taking action, basically. So yes, or what you kept from taking action. So yes, as always, and in this case in particular, questions, because I didn't show any real example at all. Yeah. Well, in a sense, there is a certain problem there. It is true what you say, Kyandai. Those things are designed to keep your attention, but basically you kind of need to watch. You need to watch the videos completely, or you need to, for example, I think on shorts they automatically go doom scrolling. It is called. You need to allow the doom scrolling, and something that might not be so easy is if you see content that has nothing to do, for example, if you out of nowhere, after watching 2 or 3 shorts that are related to mental health and that are really in your interest, if you keep scrolling and out of nowhere you find something that, for example, is a TikTok dance, use, at least on YouTube, you hold the screen for a second. The different options are going to be shown to you. This content doesn't interest me. And there it is. You need to do that every single time. The problem is that it will not be easy, but the rewards themselves are more than worthy of doing that. At least in my case. Because also, as long as you find certain kind of, yes, that is what I also forgot to say. If you are, so to speak, searching different things from where to start and all of that. The best that you can do is see commonly what are the most popular sources, so to speak. Okay, if I'm not wrong, for psychology it is Jordan Peterson, I think. For philosophy, you have nowadays is Stoicism because it is kind of going back to be a trend. For mental wellness and all of that, you it is between those two because in a sense mental wellness is kind of a watered down version of both sides of what we already said, psychology or slash and philosophy. So you can also start from there. This guy, I also find him a lot. Brian Tracy, I think it is. Brian Tracy or Brian Stacy. So those three are kind of, in a sense, the best. Not the best, sorry. I, I am not so sure about it. It is only those that I know are a good entrance to creating a good algorithm or an algorithm that you will be able to extract something from. And also, well, even if what you're consuming by itself has a meaning, if you're not willing to learn anything at all from it, you might still be losing your time. You need to be open to what you're going to see, whatever it is. So yes, I don't think I have anything else to say so far. At this time for real, as I will say. Um, okay, just in case, questions, anything to ask, Potato, nothing. Well, yeah, if it is true because the incognito or well, a completely clear algorithm is based on the things that the full what is it place that you're in consumes. So yes, if you let yourself be swayed by that, you will really see that and so to speak fall kind of rapidly back to the not so interesting slash useful content, but at the very least you it isn't that the point here is knowing that you have the possibility of changing what you consume at all. It is kind of a given that the idea is yes. Okay, yes, the idea is you can always go back to what you really want in the algorithm. I think that you really want to that almost anybody should really take is it really is not so bad as some people like to make it, but like to make it appear. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry. Well, as I said, no more questions, nothing else to add, just in case. Uh, shall can we move on? We have yeah, yeah. I mean, well, also there is a kind of a problem. If you go into incognito, you have every single time to restart the adventure, so to speak. But well, if you are willing to do that, or well, in a sense, you kind of need to find by yourself those contents already, so to speak. Well, that is, you do you. um, wait. Ah, I was copying the incorrect thing. Sorry. Okay, there we have it. Ah, okay. Next topic was the non-zero chance of losing early. Wait, what? Yes, uh, I, I I know it. Thank you for your appreciation, dear Ginko. Really, thank you. I know that there is no potatoes at the super smash words. This is so sad. Some words in the chat. Eh, as I was going to say, next topic, this time for real. The non-zero chance of losing everything. And we kind of see it a little bit higher in the chat that everything special is kind of marked down. Why? Because everything really means everything in this case, in this particular case. Why? Because we are talking about the concept of possibly, not always something that can be assured, but possibly losing every single thing that makes your life be what actually is. And okay, I don't think there is any more briefness to this, so let's really get into the topic itself. Why? The concept here is to understand and to, in a sense, as we kind of like to say here, adapt or be prepared for that to happen. Why? If you were to lose every single thing that makes you or that gives you your sense of relief from the this from the need of being aware about what you should really need to take care of, basically, because in the most basic sense, you have every single need, every single basic need already covered. If you have those things already covered, how are you going to react to those things, and also how it might happen? Because in this case, one of the most important things in this particular topic is to understand how it might happen. Because if you were to lose everything, but at the same time still you yourself be alive, we're talking about a situation that in a sense does not come from a kind of lucky slash unlucky event. But I don't know, the whole humanity goes blind, or the whole humanity disappears, and you are the only human that is still alive. Not stuff like that. We are trying to approach it from a real sense, where, for example, if let's say, I think there shouldn't be nobody like that here, but if you are a kid, for example, the easiest way to lose every single thing is if you become what the fuck? Sorry. If you become, so to speak, a foreigner kid, or if you end up basically losing.
Love my daddy, my superhero.
Thank you, Nico. Yes, they should make a Mario like game about a potato. You should contact a developer and tell them your idea. Thank you for the bits, for the 100 bits. Now, as I was saying, the most common way for that to happen, for somebody to lose everything, is when you're in a child phase. If you go through the experience of losing your parents, losing your what is it? Those adults that are in charge of you, you will find yourself without anything at all, so to speak. Because in a sense, you will probably, if the state works correctly, be given a place where you're going to stay, be given a house slash food slash hygiene and all of that. But at the same time, you are already lost all of those things that really gave you a sense of tranquility. Why? Because we are humans, therefore we are accustomed to certain environments. We are not capable of transferring from one to the other without any real hurting at all. Whatever you go through will be painful. If you lose everything, that is one side of this. And the other is the thing that you need to accept the most, the possibility of it happening at any single point in life. As I said before, that was an example when you are, so to speak, a kid. Somebody who is dependent in others. For example, if you are not so much dependent in other people, it is kind of weird to think about it, because in a sense, you should already be prepared or have means to not lose everything, but at the same time, it can still happen. For example, if you were to have all your money saved in a bank account, things like that, where because random reasons you are unable to access it one day, or well, not random reason, let's say out of nowhere the bank declines your account and you end up not being able to retrieve your money and all of that. Therefore, you also did not get your payment and you literally need to sustain yourself basic air. You should also have a way dealing with that problem because the chance of everything going bad ways is, and that is the most important part here, non-zero. You have different ways to deal with that, also to avoid that from happening. But how you make that happen and how you are prepared that is completely up to you. Because even if you were to know that certain things might happen, they are not so. For example, you have the possibility always of buying like okay, you always have the possibility of buying a mortgage. Why? Because you might as well end up dying out of nowhere. Therefore, you need to have that to assure yourself that if something bad were to happen to you, you will have kind of a funding to give to those who are dependent on you. But to at which extent are you going to get a mortgage? To a mortgage? Wait, I am using the correct word. I what the fuck I am saying? Let me. Okay. We need to say that. What I am saying, I am going crazy. Uh, life. That's it. It was a fucking life policy. That is what I wanted to say. Sorry. Sorry for my tiny mistake. I mean to use the incorrect word here. If you were to get a life policy, how much you are going to get it? Against how many random events you are going to be, so to speak, protected from? Because that is the real point. How many things you are going to get ready to deal with? How many things you are going to be able to accept that if they were to happen, you are kind of already protected and you are kind of already prepared to deal with them, or you at the very least left those who are under your care a kind of different or any kind of insurance basically. So yes, the problem or the main idea here is as long as you're able to understand that part, you also start to having the realization of how much you need to be prepared in that case. Because if everything were to go bad, how are you going to react? That is the real question. Uh, uh, this is incredible. I finished literally as an ad is starting soon. Well, it's why is an ad starting out of nowhere? What is happening to Twitch? Was about sorry, I had. Oh yeah, a minute and a half of ads once again. Yes, frustration is part of life itself. It is enjoyment by itself. So it's something that we have to accept because we cannot change it. And also, as I said before, I do not want to take people's money like that. Therefore, I prefer the ads. They might be, well, sometimes you don't even get that much of a change. For example, I know that some people have them activated and I get like 12 seconds of ads and nothing else. So I hope you have that luck. And if you are not so lucky, try next time. Yeah. We have 20 more seconds of episode. Anyways, I think we kind of are able to continue, at the very least, start with the last topic. As in this case, it was what having expectations does to you, and this kind of idea. Well, the preface of the idea itself is, as we have talked, do are, did we talk about this specifically or not? I'm not so sure. Anyways, the preface is, a lot of times when we are not so sure, we do not understand how much having expectations about things make us feel, or end up changing how we approach the different things that exist, that we are going to take forward, so to speak. We also do not understand how they, in a sense, really are meaningful to us. Because, and this is the last thing to say, the way that you see things before you even interact with them is already something that is important by itself. That's the whole preface. Now, really, once again, title, what having expectations does to you. Let me really start, and this time for real, with, as long as you can understand that the things you think about and the things that you allow in your mind to happen are not unavoidable, so to speak, are not also something that is to be taken lightly. Why? Because even if you think you are capable of not getting dominated by an idea or by a concept itself, because, for example, you can say to yourself, I am not so obligated to follow what my mind itself says. You might think that way. If it is true or not is a completely different thing. The most common occurrence for the most common human, so to speak, is if you are thinking about something a certain way, it means that, in a sense, you are already accepting it will be that. And why it is important, especially in the case of expectations, if you have an expectation that is incredibly good, you will end up getting, so to speak, not crushed, but rather disillusionated by the engagement with the reality itself. And if, on the other hand, you have expectations that sometimes are so low, it does not mean that you will, in a sense, for example, as we like to say, accept every single thing, but rather the, the approach that you take to those things you expect to be literally meaningless will also, in a sense, be meaningless, because you cannot expect yourself to perform something that you do not even know if it is worth it, your 100%. That is the basic idea here. If you're able to comprehend that, in a sense, as long as you're working, as long as you are not letting the different things that you might think you already know about anything at all affect how you see the things that you're going to approach, you'll find a much more easy time approaching different new things. And at the same time, it is also interesting because we're not only talking here about all things, it also happens when you have to deal with those things you already had expectations from, you had already built a kind of idea about how this always works, because it is very common for the human itself to get, or, and it is kind of repetitive, but I'm sorry I cannot avoid it, your expectations will be subverted at one point or another. So, if you are able to create in your mind the flexibility of accepting that, even if it not, in this case, even if it not seems completely possible or not at real, so to speak, the non-zero chance of something subverting your expectations also exists. Therefore, if you are prepared for that, you will find your life in this case to be easier because you will not get so shock stricken. That is the way to say it. Also, I don't think I have anything else to say so far. So yes, unless there is any question, I shall give it an end. So, questions, I think. What the fuck? Shut up, man. I got scared out of nowhere. Me get to find there it is. So well. Yeah, nothing else to really add so far. So, as always, while I search for somebody to write, thanks for coming, thanks for being able to be here, thanks for hearing, therefore, in some people really working on what you hear here and trying to put it into work, so to speak. Really, as always, think, as long as you find it entertaining, as long as you find it also useful, not only entertaining, but also useful. Really, thank you. It is your time that you're using here. I have no real reason at all to, in a sense, depreciate it. Really. Once again, thank you to those who watched the video, watched the stream, talk, lurk, were not able to completely finish the stream but decided to finish both, every single one. Thanks. So yes, now Jeremy is streaming categoryless and a secret streaming. Okay, I don't know. We're going to release Jeremy. We're going to do that, you know. Oh my god, so no, you arrived so late, no. Oh, well, I hope at the very least you were able to as one will say, lurk. Thank you. Even if, at the very least, you were able to say something. So, thank you. So, well, I think it was Ruram, John Dyke, Ingo, Ita, also Saxter, and Ongom obviously, because he also even suggested one of the topics. And well, I don't like to say that much, but you always have the possibility of not only here, you also have on the Discord the possibility of suggesting me things to go and talk about. So yes, as I said before, let me finish this stream with a raid. Super Chirami. I don't know what is the idea, but she's audio only on the right side. So if you have headphones, you will notice that. I don't know what this is about, but will all of us learn together. No, as always, as I really say, thanks to you for watching. Nothing else to add. Thanks to you. Literally, if it wasn't for you, we decided to consume this content, this will be, in a sense, meaningless. So yeah, thanks. And well, also, oh fuck, I forgot to this. There it is. Great message. Now, people, thanks as always. We shall really finish this soon. Yes, we will see each other tomorrow at the stream and all of that, because I had to make an emote to avoid copyright. So, probably. And also other things aside from only that one emote. So yes, goodbye. Maybe. What the fuck? What you're doing here? I sent you to red.